Have you ever built something yourself, stood back, and felt a wave of immense pride? Even if that bookshelf you assembled is a little wobbly, or the sweater you knitted has one arm longer than the other, there's a strange affection you feel for your own imperfect creations. You love them not in spite of their flaws, but almost because of them. This feeling is not an accident. It's a powerful glitch in our thinking. Think about the last time you bought furniture from a place like IKEA. It arrives in a flat, heavy box, filled with 100 different pieces, a bag of mysterious screws, and a manual with no words. You spend the next few hours in a state of focused frustration. You decipher cryptic diagrams, fumble with a tiny Allen key, and wonder if you've put the main panel on backwards. Finally, after much effort, it's done. A bookshelf stands where there was once only a pile of parts. It might not be perfect, but it's standing, and it was you who brought it into existence. You find yourself admiring it. You run your hand over the surface. You feel a deeper connection to this simple piece of furniture than you would to a more expensive, pre-assembled one delivered to your door. But why? This feeling isn't really about the furniture. It's a window into how your mind assigns value. And this psychological quirk appears everywhere, often leading to surprisingly bad decisions. It explains why that cake you baked from scratch tastes so much better to you, even if it's a bit dry. Or why the garden you painstakingly weeded feels like a masterpiece, even with its crooked rows. Your labor adds a secret ingredient. This effect is even more powerful when it comes to our ideas and our work. It quietly shapes our judgment in offices, studios, and boardrooms across the world. Imagine you've spent weeks developing a new strategy for your team. You poured hours of research and thought into it. You feel it's brilliant. During a meeting, a colleague points out a simple, glaring flaw that you completely missed. Your immediate gut reaction isn't gratitude, it's defensiveness. You might argue against their point, even if you know they're right. That's because it stopped being just an idea the moment you started working on it. It became your idea, infused with your effort. Behavioral scientists were fascinated by this. They designed experiments to understand why we love the things we labor over. In one study, they gave one group of participants Lego sets to build. A second group was simply asked to inspect the finished models that others had built. Then, they asked everyone how much they would be willing to pay for the Lego creations. The results were telling. The builders consistently offered to pay significantly more for their own amateur creations than the observers did. Their effort had transformed a simple toy into a prized possession. The same thing happened when they had people create simple origami. The folders, who struggled to make paper cranes and frogs, valued their lumpy, misshapen creations far more than others did. The act of labor itself is what creates the attachment. Our brains don't just see the effort as a cost. We reinterpret it as a sign of the object's worth. This happens because we all have a deep, underlying need to feel competent and effective. We want to believe that our actions have a meaningful impact on the world. Finishing a task, whether it's building a shelf or writing a report, serves as proof of our competence. That finished product is no longer just an object. It's a trophy. It says, "I made this." But here is the danger. This warm glow of accomplishment can make us blind. It causes us to overvalue our own contributions and ideas. We become less open to criticism and less willing to abandon a project that isn't working, simply because we've already invested so much of ourselves into it. This predictable and powerful cognitive bias has a fitting name, the IKEA Effect. It was coined by the researchers who discovered it, Michael Norton, Daniel Moshon, and Dan Ariely, in honor of the furniture company that turns customers into builders. The IKEA effect is our brain's tendency to dramatically increase its valuation of an object, an idea, or an outcome, simply because we put our own labor into creating it. It's a form of what psychologists call effort justification. Our mind needs to make sense of the hard work we put in. To do that, it tells itself a simple story. If I work this hard, the result must be valuable. This mental shortcut rewards us for completing difficult tasks. But it also clouds our judgment, making it difficult to objectively assess the true quality of our own work. So what can we do? The goal isn't to stop building, creating, or investing ourselves in our work. The solution is to intentionally build moments of distance into our process. When working on something important, make it a rule to seek feedback from a neutral, trusted outsider. Find someone who has no emotional investment and can see the project with fresh eyes. And before you make a final decision, ask yourself one critical question. If this were presented to me by a stranger, what would I honestly think? Because sometimes, the most valuable thing you can build is a little distance from your own creation.